love to go blundering while leading our attack. As I do, I love to sing while driving my hunchback. I love to fight in city squares, throwing all I see. And when the enemy appears, how happy I will be. Kills for me, look for all, kills for me. Think of all the combat salvage kills for me. Look for all, please come find my hunchback. When 100-tonners threaten me and try to strike me down, they soon find I will not flee auto cannon rounds. Kills for me, look for all, kills for me. Think of all the combat salvage kills for me. Look for all, please come find my hunchback. I fought my share of enemies and never once in fear. The auto cannon speaks for me, and then they disappear. So bring your best mechs down to me, your pilots I will burn. And when you run away from here, here's hoping you will learn. Kills for me, look for all, kills for me. Think of all the combat salvage kills for me. Look for all, please come find my hunchback. The hunchback is a doctrine choice, and if you think that's wrong, then why is it you're listening to our own marching song? Kills for me, look for all, kills for me. Think of all the combat salvage kills for me. Look for all, please come find my hunchback.
Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to WBPL 76. It is I, the stormiest of songs. I am here today filling in for one Mr. Krispy, for he is just kind of a little worn out today. And
I need a break.
yep, so he's here
I've
with
been dealing
me.
with some burnout, so
Yeah, so he and Andy are here with me as co-hosts, and I will be songwriting.
yeah. So that's something a little bit different.
Yeah. Now, on Sunday, we started on a potential, keyword potential, theme for Shoal, but we're going to take a break from that because I wanted to do something a little goofier.
Now, what would that be?
Well, Andy, would you mind?
The
We
task
were
happened.
we were being a bunch of chuckle fucks and watching anime together, and Crispy said,
Well,
"My, you know what? Why don't you tell it, Crispy? Because like
well,
I'm gonna fuck it up."
I forget who posted the picture, but it was this like very fat goth woman,
No, I
and
did that after you made the
oh,
comment.
did you? What prompted me to say that? I'm trying to remember.
I think we're just making fun of a bunch of big people and wearing black, and
Oh, that's right. And then I said, "Welcome to the Black Buffet."
yeah.
Yeah. So instead of the Black Parade by A Chemical Romance, so we're letting that be where our brain is right now.
Yeah, so we're getting to that level of stupid.
Yep.
No talk. I need a break today.
No, that's why I said
I'm on my break.
that's why I said we're gonna try to do funnier music. Hey, also
Smoking a cigarette.
hi Rimward, hi Dave Zero.
It's gonna be Black Parade, but with like the funny tuba sound that you get.
Yeah, just like the Fat Man tuba.
Okay, well you already said Andy, so we're starting with tuba.
I thought it was a tuba, but they also said it was the French horn. But I tried playing that when I went to band because one, I thought it would be easy, and two, nobody else picked it.
Uh,
Man,
they start students on French horn before they allow them to upgrade to tuba, but they're different.
Ah,
I just realized this is probably gonna end up sounding like a polka song.
Yep.
Not that I'm opposed to it. I'm just saying it's. I always knew we'd get here eventually.
Well, I had told Parallax I was making a polka song for him at some point, so here we are. We now know what the
Polka
Black
seems to
Buffet will
be
be.
polka seems to be like the skeleton key because like Maestro made polka Fortunate Son, and that kind of got things going for him. So now, like, if we make this as a polka song and we put it in, like, I don't know, what's like a goth video game, Dark Souls or something with an obese character, we're set.
This is Spitfire Audio. They're kind of like Contact in that they do a lot of sampler based music stuff. I'm just kind of explaining. It's, um,
Storm, I have a question.
yes.
Is this where you got the name for your mech?
No, it is not. Though it may have put it on my mind. But no,
Yeah.
when I first started drawing up the list of mechs for the setting, I was looking through
Yeah.
World War II airplanes. So a lot of the initial mechs of the setting are like the Wildcat, the Hellcat, the Mustang, the Spitfire, the Corsair.
I mean, if you're gonna base mechs off of anything, planes is a good bet. Also, speaking of Spitfire, if you want to share it, I did finish my
Why, yes!
my drawing of that
Yes,
the other
yes,
day.
yes, 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 yes. Absolutely.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit of crispy art today, so
Yeah, because I am super fucking happy about this. Okay, so
I am as well.
for those of you in the audience, I am writing a space opera setting, both for roleplay and for musical type purposes and stuff. And it'll be start getting published in probably the next year or two with musical I'm writing, as well as maybe some like short stories and the like. And Crispy decided to be an absolute Chad and draw a Spitfire for me, which you saw past few weeks.
Various sketches and things, yeah.
But there he is, the
That's
453 Mark 9 Spitfire.
oh, that was it. I was trying to think of the full name for it. And I was just like, shit,
Mhm.
drawing a blank
It is a
because I
flight.
do the same shit.
Yeah, it is a flight-capable mech that is meant as support for larger mechs, usually piloted by knights. Um, the
Thank you,
knights,
Dave.
yeah, the knights are usually pilot of this particular faction are usually piloting either Grail Knight or Galahout class mechs. This one is supposed to function as a rifleman mech with some good melee capability and flight capabilities. It is typically piloted either by veteran enlisted or by the squires of the knights, who are basically younger officers in training.
Yeah, I went very grunt with this. I wanted to give it flight, like you see, like the jet thrusters and stuff on it, but not make it so it's like super aerodynamic because it's more of like it's a frontline grunt, so it's going to be taking a beating. I did do some sketches for a more flight capable looking suit that I sent you. That if you
Yes.
want me to work on that at some point, I can.
Oh,
Because I
absolutely.
do want
Like,
to make more mechs for your setting because I like drawing mechs.
well, and I immediately thought of what that design was making me think of from my setting, which is the Winged Hussar.
Oh, that'd be a good one for it. Yeah.
Which is one of House of Volkner's favorite mechs, because House of Volkner, whereas House Pendragon is like, it needs to function as a proper rifleman, need to see, marksmanship and so forth. House of Volkner is
Yeah.
like, unless the mech can do melee, it's crap.
Ah, that'll be fun to work with.
Unless the mech
And
can deliver lots of missiles and then do melee, it's crap. What were you saying, Andy?
I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get a too fast. There we go. Trying to make it at the right speed here. We're gonna want to have stick. So this is one problem with sampled instruments is you have a different instrument slot for when the instrument is playing long sustained notes or when it's playing staccato or short and basically quick notes versus, because that's how they're recorded, and there's really not much way around that with much expensive equipment. Yes, Egith, you get it exactly. They are very much a fixed bayonets. Um, it's not uncommon to see an Imperial Knight, in their power armor, and they do have their sword and their rifle and such. And then you'll see a Valkyrian Knight or a Thane rather, and it's like, so you have your sword and a rifle, and I noticed 2 pistols as well. Also, boot knife, boot knife, boot knife, boot knife, wrist knife, knife hidden in hair, uh, back knife. So yeah, a bit of fun
Sorry,
with that particular.
mute it for a second. This is a so I'm working on a model kit right now. I'm putting together Gunpla, and unfortunately, I skipped putting a piece in. So I'm trying to take it apart to put said piece in, and it is becoming, in layman's terms, a son of a bitch to actually get apart. Guess it's gonna have to clip my nails in a couple days.
Let's see. I'm just looking up chord progressions right now because I've not actually written much in the way of polka. So I just want to make it a little bit authentic.
many tuba noises. Yeah, Dave, this is getting real difficult to pull toward, I'll tell you that much. I'm also, like, afraid I'm gonna mess up my fingers. Currently, my part separator is a toothpick, so we'll see how that goes. Making some progress, at least.
So that. So by part separator, like to pry the little plastic piece from each other in case you accidentally get stuck where you don't stuck them.
Yeah, or you have to take it apart again to fix a step you missed, like I am currently.
Yeah. And I need to do more in the way of like Gunpla type stuff.
I enjoy it. It can be tedious at times, especially if you go for like bigger scale kits, but
So. Professions of a Ladder Maker says, using.
oh, I see. Yeah, the pry tool. I really wish I had one on hand at the moment. Actually, my oh yeah, I do have a pry tool. Excellent. That will help.
When you were saying that Polka seemed like a cheat code, what did you mean by that earlier?
Huh? Oh, just like it's apparently like doing VPL stuff. It's like polka's just like everyone's like I could dig polka. Seems like.
So I started watching that show, My Adventures with Superman. That one's.
Ah, that explains the meme you sent me.
Yes. Well, also
How
just
is that?
the image of Clark being that doped up on caffeine was hilarious to me.
Huh. I can relate. Have you guys watched Daredevil at all, the series?
No.
I'm watching it with my wife. It's actually not bad. Been enjoying it. I'm beginning invested, so. Speaking of shows, Storm, I had a thought about Escaflowne. About your issue with Escaflowne.
Yeah, calling the winged creature an Atlantean.
Yeah. Yeah, and I had an idea of that I want to run past you that could kind of put it into a different light for you. We watched. We've been watching the new season. I'm still. I think we're like on like the second to last or third to last episode. I personally think that season 3 was the height of the show. That season was really good. I think that that as a standalone almost really worked well, and it was just so good. Like the whole scene where he's escaping a prison and it's just a continuous shot the entire time was fucking awesome. But anyway, so you're thinking of Atlanteans when you think of that. You're thinking of like underwater, like aqua people. And I get why you think it that way, but the thing about like the Legend of Atlantis that it's more about like a precursor civilization or like powerful civilization that existed that was destroyed, because the whole thing about Atlantis is was kind of an allegory for, I believe it was the the Mycenaeans or something like that.
Well, it was
the one where Santorini is now.
Yeah,
is where they were. Got wiped out by a volcano eruption.
Yeah, Minoa, the Minoans.
Yeah, that's it, Minoans.
But it was also partly because Plato was sort of bemoaning how Greece sucked at the time, or at least from his mind, because he was all like, "Oh my God, there are no good Greek men," and that's true. And not the no good Greek men part, but
humans do not change.
But no, I just mean like that. What you're saying is true. That the association isn't technically water-based. It's one of those things that when I first watched it, it was like the thing that stood out to me and what would stand out to most people.
I suppose so. But I was thinking about it, and I kind of like, alright, so I'm about to get into some like wee-woo alien.
Oh, by all means, Krispy. This is why we do these streams.
You're right. So, one thing that I thought of with that was of the Book of Enoch.
Yeah.
Where that's for people that are unaware, it was a book that was removed from the Bible at one point. Or it was like one of like the lost books, so that was part of like the Bible. I forget I forget if it was among the Dead Sea Scrolls or.
So the Book of Enoch it wasn't necessarily part of the Bible, but it was part of the body of literature that the Jewish people.
Yes. And it the best way I can describe it is it's kind of like an in-between of Genesis and Exodus. Or Genesis and
early Genesis and the rest
the Garden of Eden and like the flood.
Yeah.
And
there's
a part in it.
It's the how demons came about, how the angels fell.
Yeah. And part of that is that there was a group of angels, the Watchers, which essentially were watching over humankind. And they fell in love with humans and intermarried with them and had children, which became the Nephilim. And the ancient aliens part of it comes in where it's like, what if that's like an allegory for like aliens that essentially uplifted mankind and sort of. But from the perspective of Escaflowne with the Atlanteans, my thought with that is that they could be like this precursor civilization of angels that kind of built what was Atlantis that got destroyed for one reason or another, and they're the reason they have the technology that they do. It was kind of my thought with it anyway.
Usually Atlantis is destroyed because the Atlanteans got really arrogant, and they either destroy themselves or, in their Lord God, punish them.
Yeah, which I think is what Plato was kind of alluding with Greece.
Have you seen those theories where they think that Atlantis is actually like people of Africa and Africa was flooded back then?
I have not, but they're definitely not correct.
Well, it's like some believe that North Africa was underwater.
Yeah. This is sounding interesting still. I think the real Atlantis was the Minoans. You know, that the whole volcano erupting there. It just makes the most sense. You know, as much as I like the ancient aliens idea and stuff, you know, I don't think that's like an instance of it or anything. Oh, that's right. I was like, why does my hand sting? And then I was like, oh, right, I cut my hand sometime today. Not a deep cut, but it's like one of those ones that itches, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Come to me, mandolin.
Oh my god, that's a movie I want to watch just to see how stupid it is. Captain Corelli's Mandolin, starring Nick Cage as an Italian like soldier in World War II.
Yeah.
I've definitely seen the one scene of that movie where he's like essentially reading the decree from the town elders whenever they invade where there's going basically just tell the Germans to go fuck themselves. Or the Italians. I don't know why I said there might have been German there too, actually. I forget that scene, but yeah. It was just like, they tell us to fuck off. Gotta say, Nick Cage is fucking kills it in Long Legs with his character in that. It's so creepy.
So, what is Longlegs about? Is that like a spider movie or?
No, it's about a this demented serial killer guy who I'm about to spoil the movie for people in a big way, but it's like he creates dolls with like demons in them that force people to kill their families.
Huh.
And he's just this like really creepy, unsettling dude. And my wife and my sister both watched that movie and they loved it. So what my wife did, because she makes plushies, is she made a little Longlegs plushie for my sister for her birthday. Because that's just the kind of people we are.
I don't know, but now I'm sure there's some poor soul out there that likes to make plushies of various serial killers.
Oh, that absolutely exists.
Spoiler ended.
Yeah. God, this is such a pain in the ass to take apart. I am so mad that I forgot to put this part in. Even with the tool, it's just proven to be a struggle. Thanks, TG. I'm hanging in there, man.
Sorry, what did you say, Chris?
Oh, just reading chat. Kind of haven't been paying attention to it just because I've been trying to take this kid apart. This sounds like something you hear at a county fair. Which I guess is fitting, considering.
Yeah, it's not quite polka. I need to actually look more into polka, because... Oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing wrong.
No accordion?
Hey. Yum. We're gonna save that. And we're gonna try a different. So I'm still working on this. I am as much learning how to write this kind of as anything. I'm gonna just pull in a standard piano. So mess with. I miss Mike and Ike's.
Did they not make them anymore?
No, they have gelatin in them, which is so I can't.
Ah.
Did you say
Gotcha.
makeup?
Mike and Ike's.
Yeah, did you say makeup?
No, they're made with gelatin.
I thought Krispy said, do they make makeup? Do they not make makeup anymore?
No, Mike.
No,
and
I
Ike's.
said Mike and Mike. I said, do they not make them anymore?
Oh.
Okay, so we're going to.
So, are you trying to do Mountain King?
It will be in the same style of E, but no, that would be.
I understand.
There it is.
I know jack all about music, and I'm just not capable at all of, like,
I'm right there with you, Andy. It's okay.
be like throwing my 2 cents at a brick wall or something like that.
Well, that's the thing is we actually value the input of the musically uneducated because you're the guy I'm trying to sell to.
Oh.
Oh, but Storm, that's where you're wrong. I don't buy music.
I When I say
I
sell
don't think.
too.
I think the only CD I ever bought was the Godzilla CD for the 1999 Godzilla movie, and that was because it was Godzilla, not because it was a CD.
I do actually try to buy music from the artist when I can. In fact, I just bought a couple of albums last week off of GarageBand. Not to sound like I'm humble bragging, I guess I kinda am, but I do like to help out musicians when I can. You know, if it's a band that's like really big, or if it's one that's not really around anymore, that's different. But
I kind of feel like an asshole now.
oh, don't sweat it. Oh, fuck yeah, I got the piece apart. I feel so much better now. Holy shit. That was an ordeal. My hands hurt.
Is your OCD dying down a little bit?
You went like full robot, my guy.
The question still remains.
The answer is hamburger. Yeah, I might have scuffed these pieces a bit more than I wanted to, but honestly, nah, it's not too bad. I could probably sand that.
Can you imagine one of your genie wishes is being, I wish I had a professional chef at on call all times of the day and night?
That if it was a robot, I wouldn't mind that. If it was like an actual person, it'd be creepy. Like I would feel very uncomfortable having like a full time at my beck and call to do whatever.
I can understand that, and you
like
know,
a butler, like it just feels like it's degrading to have a butler. You know, like I get the appeal of it, but it's just I don't know. That's just a me thing, maybe. But
some people actually like servicing. Like, I know it's going to sound weird, but sometimes the best part of the job for me is customer service. And
I mean,
I floated around the idea of, like, imagine being a butler. Now, you know,
Andy,
you
you
can
want
get
to
an
be my
asshole
butler?
person, you know, but, like,
Do you want to be my butler, Andy?
you know, one day I would love to RP, like, a nobleman's butler. Like, I want to be an assassin butler. Like, basically like a rogue butler.
You know, actually, you make a good point there, where it's like if you have like that'd be the kind of fun butler to have. Actually, if it's like a butler who's just like someone that has like special, like Alfred, because Alfred was like
Yeah.
SAS and shit.
Well, a lot of people,
Yeah.
just thinking to what you were saying, Crispy, a lot of people don't seem to know what a butler's actual purpose was. Which is, you have to remember
Yeah.
that this wasn't just I need a servant. It was, I'm entertaining, hundreds of guests at a time.
Yeah.
I may be stationing soldiers nearby. I may have all these things. So I have numerous servants, and the butler was specifically in charge of this.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, like that would make sense then, you know, like.
But yeah, like
if
having
you're someone that's busily organized with stuff, you know, it's like as I live now, I obviously don't need a butler. It would be cool to have like a robot butler to just like take care of laundry and shit, or not even just that, just like fucking, you know, it's just like, can you like clean the toilet or something? I would be nice to my butler though. I would say that much because you know.
Well, Storm, you told me you spoke recently about the like people's batons, or what are they called?
Batons?
Like they were like the Bat Boy or something like that. They were the like, okay, during like, you know, the age where like everybody went to war, and you know, you'd have a commander and you'd have his little like almost like a squire or something like that.
Storm,
I see what you're saying.
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Apparently, Bully Snake says you're a bit quiet on stream, which for him, that I don't know if that's for anyone else. But
I know what's doing it. Give me a second. Ding, 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 bing, 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 bing,
Yeah,
bing.
Batman.
Skibbity doo wop doobity day. Skibbity riz. Something, something. You guys
Storm.
speak now.
Storm,
Yes,
Storm.
Papa?
None of that. Shame on
Skibbity,
you.
skibbity, skibbity, skibbity.
I am going to mail you fucking pork. I'm gonna mail you beef jerky.
No,
Wait.
you're gonna mail him pork jerky that smells really good.
I'm gonna mail you pork rinds. That's what I'm gonna do. I low-key love pork rinds.
Yeah, it's actually I don't want to say it's healthy, but
It's
I think in a lot of cases It's probably better than a lot of. I mean, it's protein too. Well, the
I
thing
guess
is,
it's
it
better
says
than,
not a
like,
good source of protein on it.
I guess it's like better than. I mean, here's my question. When it comes to like in comparison to like Doritos, which is healthier? Because I feel like pork rinds might be healthier in a way.
Yeah, I don't think I can eat pork Doritos anymore because when I do, I get this
Really?
weird like feeling in my gut, like something's left behind, and I get this taste in the back of my mouth, and it's
Just the
like it
Doritos are
feels like
consuming a
2% of the
whole.
yeah, it feels like 2% of the chip is just like going to linger in my gut for like the rest of like 2 days.
Eh, it's possible.
I need to have a really good salad one day. Like,
I thought you were gonna say I need to have a really good shit. I'm just like,
well,
all right.
that's here's the thing, Crispy. That's why.
I actually had a
Like,
salad for lunch, and it was
I could use a salad.
actually, we should go back to having a banana every morning because that helped keep me regular.
I usually try to have an apple every day.
I've never been an apple person, mostly because when they get between your teeth, it's like
That
it's
does
like some
suck.
sort of.
for me. The reasoning behind having a salad is because I had this giant ass plate of food today for lunch, and it was all of like 400.
I do like a good salad.
Yes,
Don't
a
get me
good
wrong.
salad.
I love a good salad. Like one that has plenty of good greens in it. Like I actually don't mind like putting like broccoli and stuff in there too if I have the option. Or
Oh
definitely
yeah,
peppers. I love me some peppers in a salad. You know, like I don't mind a bit of cheese or ranch and stuff. Like I don't like loading toppings on my salad. Unless it's
What's your
just like
favorite? What's your favorite lettuce? Like
I
green.
want to say romaine. Like I like it. Like
Yeah,
I like a good green. I don't like an iceberg or something like that. I'm not a fan of iceberg lettuce.
romaine and springleaf. A mixture of the two is best, but yeah. I've had spinach salads, and they're pretty good. But if I eat too much of them after a while, it feels like I have sandpaper in my digestive system.
Yeah, spinach is a bit like I like spinach when it's mixed in. I'm not
Yeah,
really a.
but yeah, some commanders would have a Batman, and then they'd become their butler.
I think you mean Bale. I'm not sure what you mean when you keep saying Batman.
For
Like-
commanders and captains and such
Like-
during like
Yeah, it's just I've
they
not
call
heard
him the
that.
Batman.
Huh.
Here, hold on a minute.
It might just be an older term I'm unfamiliar with.
I just thought he was talking about Batman, like Batman.
A Batman or orderly is a soldier or airman assigned to a commissioned officer as a personal servant. Before the advert of motorized transport, an officer's Batman is also in charge of the officer's Bat Horse that carried the officer's kit during a campaign. This British English term is derived from the obsolete bat, meaning pack saddle, from French bait, from Old French bast, from Late Latin bastion. The duties of a Batman were acting as a runner to convey orders from the officer to subordinates, maintain the officer's uniform and personal equipment as a valet, driving the officer's vehicles, sometimes under combat conditions, acting as the officer's bodyguard in combat, digging the officer's foxhole in combat, giving the officer time to direct his unit, other miscellaneous tasks the officer does not have time or inclination to do. The action of serving as a Batman was called batting in armies where officers typically came from an upper class. It was not usual for a former Batman to follow the officer in a later civilian life as a domestic servant.
I suppose it's going to be a good gig if you get
Well, especially if you're good at it. Like,
Yeah. And
and
your boss isn't a dickhead who thinks
yeah,
he's just like better than you.
I mean, imagine like,
I
well,
I would
imagine. Well,
imagine
here's a.
if you get like a good lord, I would imagine it's a pretty good job.
I mean, like some people might say, being a Batman sounds hard, but like back in the day, it's almost like, oh, I have a career with a rich person, and like, yes, I serve him, but you also have responsibilities that are like something to be proud of. You know, it's like I got to take care of a
Yeah,
lot of things, especially like,
Well, another thing a lot of people forget is that, like, oh, that sounds horrible, but think of your service job. And you have to get used to, a million customers, only some of whom will be polite, and even the ones who would be inclined to be polite might be having a bad day. Whereas if you know this one person, then you start to understand them, you start to predict them. You start to, like, you learn how to deal with that one person, and that's the only person you're ever doing service stuff for.
yeah. It's like
also,
it's like how people look at Jester sometimes versus like how it actually was, where like you're like paid entertainment for the king, and you could actually like be like a decent critic and stuff. Like you're a member of the court. You're not just some guy that people like laugh at all the time. Like jesters were witty and shit.
Well, and not just that, they were able to also say things to the king that
Yeah.
others couldn't.
Which, hey, man, that's the job of a comedian.
I don't think they'd go straight out to like offend the king, but they'd be like, oh, you know, they might make a
No,
witty jest that would make the king think.
Well, but
I would
also
imagine.
make
Yeah.
make a jest that might be a signal to the king of, this guy wants to kill you, or like,
That's a good point too.
that
Yeah,
girl that's with you, she's cheating on her husband. Yeah, like,
Jester's got an eye for things that the king doesn't.
kings lack the caution of lesser men.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, you know, I don't know, imagine the paperwork you had to do as a noble if you had, like, to
I would
take care of
imagine you
a
have
village or
someone
something like
for
that.
that. I definitely feel like they'd have someone for that, but it's still
I mean, you still have to sign your
management
signature at least.
sucks.
I would hope if a
Wait,
nobleman, like,
Ramshackle, what is a groom of the stool? Oh no!
What is that?
I know what it
Do I
is.
wanna-
It means you're the person that takes the buckets out after their use.
oh
Oh
yeah,
no!
they kind of had that in Kingdom Come Deliverance. They just had this line of people with buckets coming to and from the river.
Oh Jesus! Shit is for me, Lord.
Ah. That's one of those.
Your Highness, you haven't been eating your greens, have you? Oh, how do you know? I can tell it's a little less clumsy down here. I'm going to tell the chef to increase. Oh no!
I feel like the groom of the stool had to be a position invented by somebody who hated their account.
You know, that sounds like a hygienical nightmare. Like, no wonder the plague happened. Just imagine.
Bro, you want to know why the plague happened and about hygienical nightmares? I could tell you some shit, literally, about some
Well,
shit.
think of it like if you got a guy that's like handling fecal matter and the money that circulates within the domain at the same time, and they probably didn't understand, you know, hygiene.
Well,
Andy.
bear in mind,
Andy.
we're also talking about a single instance here. This may have been... Because this sounds like English nobility stuff, not necessarily other...
Dude,
Well, yeah, I mean that. Like,
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this about medieval Europe, and one of the reasons that the Black Death was so successful. They had literal streets that became rivers of shit. They did not understand proper hygiene, and that is largely why the Black Death spread as it did.
Speaking of which, I think I need to go visit my groom of the stool. I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm gonna go grab a drink as well. I will be back.
Hmm. I'm using a trombone sampler, but the piece is too quickly arranged. No trombonist could actually do that, so it's starting to sound bizarre. To qualify, Aloe, I am attempting to learn how to write polka right now. Which is not... I've written a polka-esque song before, but it wasn't actual. More samples. But we will make do with what...
And trumpets.
Trombone, but yes.
Oh. Him too.
Start of the song reminded me of the alphabet from Geta. Not sure I know the reference.
Me either. I was just wondering that myself.
I am a genie, and I shall grant you one wish. I wish Krispy had to live inside of a Primus video for 30 years.
Oh my god, why?
Because you
First of
deserve
all,
it,
how do you
Crispy. Let's not.
how do you not know I already do that?
Hey man, at least it's a Primus video, not a Tool video.
Oh god, that'd be so fucking trippy. At least the Primus stuff, I can kind of see that being a fever dream.
I wish Whacker every day had a nightmare that was produced by the same character of Tool, by the same producer of Tool videos.
I want it to be Maynard from Tool, but its face is a Furby.
Oh, I have a misfired note here.
Uh-oh.
I wish you saw everything in the style of Dire Straits from the 90s.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Gives me a little bit of Yoshida Brothers. Oh, actually, no. That's. I forget what the instrument is. That Japanese instrument that was like a banjo.
It's either a koto, a biwa, or a shamisen.
Yeah, but that's one of the that's what the Yoshida Brothers use. It sounds great. All right, I've officially fixed my kit, so I'm back to where I was, and I'm happy about that.
You know,
You do
Thank
bring
you
up a
for
good,
that suggestion of using the phone tool. That worked like a charm.
You do have a good point, David Zero. I might be thinking of this too much in 4-4. Of course, I might also not even be thinking of polka proper so much as just kind of Eastern European with some polka and oompa sort of elements flying around in my head. I should be a little more studied on. Actually, this is revealing an empty spot in my training.
I have a doctorate in polka music, yes.
God, if I ever met that person.
You know, there might be a guy like that. He might be, like, really cool.
I mean, he might be, yeah.
Like, imagine, like, I can't remember his name, but he was, like, the professor from Sliders.
I never watched Sliders.
Hold on a minute.
What I was thinking of was the two blind musicians from Kung Pao Hustle.
Kung
That some
Fu
of demons
Hustle.
with their or Kung Fu Hustle. I said Kung Pao Hustle, but yeah, that. But banjos.
Maximilian Arturo, I think. Hold on, that might not be his real name. Let's see,
That.
oh yeah, John
Not
Rhys
joking.
Davis. He played in a bunch of stuff back in the day.
Yeah, he was in.
But John Rhys Davis.
Wasn't he?
What's that?
Wasn't he in Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I think he was his helper in one of them. His Batman, even.
My God.
Yeah. Oh, he was, of course, he was Gimli in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
Okay, that's a title. Listen to this: The Naked Civil Servant.
Huh.
That's the title of a movie. He's got quite the career. Oh God, Crispy. He was in a movie called Chupacabra Terror, aka Chupacabra Dark Seas.
Hell yeah.
The Legend of Sasquatch. Anaconda 3, The Offspring.
Anaconda 3.
That just sounds terrible.
Sabretooth. Bloodsport 3. Marquise de Sade.
The Marquis de Sade. Remember, in French, you drop the last couple letters.
Eh.
The way they... Yeah, the Marquis de Sade is probably personality-wise more the basis of the character of Dracula than the actual Vlad the Impaler, though Vlad the Impaler was still a terrifying.
Yes, he was.
But no, Marquis de Sade and Countess Bathory were sort of the English draw points for for the characters of like Dracula and Carmelo or Carmilla.
Dave Zero. He was in Journey to the Center of the Earth, Jules Verne's, with David Warner. You know, it reminds me of that live-action remake in the 90s, Land of the Lost, that I think was on not Nintendo, Nickelodeon? Land of the Lost, Land of the Lost.
What this music reminds me of? RuneScape.
Yeah, I could see that.
Just like has that vibe to it.
Lol.
Hello. I love the Marquis de Sade song Smooth Operator. Hold on, Andy, you got Primus in my head now. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't think we're actually going to succeed at doing a proper polka today, but we are hitting the right area of the I think.
We're getting there. We're polking our way through.
Oh my god,
I'll do it again.
Right, we're going to bring Yojo into this.
Oh, God.
Sure. You know, I wonder why they called them polka dots.
I don't know. Why do they call them polka dots? Now we get real banjo.
Yeah, the drum line was needed to tie it together.
I agree.
I guess it was kind of around the time that the polka music did become popular in it's like French English times, and it was a common pattern to put on clothing for like children and toys and such.
I guess so. I never really thought about it before.
You know, it's funny, like some of the clothes that the nobles wore, like their funny hats and stuff. I look at it today and I'm like, God, you look like an idiot. But
Oh, yeah.
it's
Back
it's
then,
just funny how things change. It's like,
yeah. Interesting to just see how things go. I mean, one thing that I think is kind of fun is that how aluminum used to be so valuable and rare. Like the capstone of the Washington Monument was they displayed that storefront window just to be like, look at how much aluminum we're putting up there.
I wonder what like generation's gonna look at like the typical suit and tie and be like, God, these people were idiots. Like, look how stupid that
That's
was.
an excellent question.
You got like a tie around your neck. The tie around the neck of a businessman is to represent that he's in indentured service to his company.
Andy, I hate to bring it to you, but I feel like there's have that mindset. And I think
I know. There's nothing new under the sun, Horatio.
there was nothing new under the sun.
And I know that's not the correct line, but I don't care. Storm said, like, in French, you drop the E, and I was going to say, yeah, and in English, we drop the care.
Oh,
You're not wrong.
Good.
Oh, man.
Hey, Crispy,
Yeah.
how do you spell read?
Okay.
Can you use it in a sentence?
I will read a book.
READ?
All right, how do you
Find out
spell
what
its
it means
past
to me.
tense?
What? I'm so confused.
Bread.
Oh my god, he's right.
In terms of your breeding, Andrew, I would refer to you as Wonder Bread.
God, I can't afford that shit.
Can't afford Wonder Bread.
Next, you're gonna say like bunny bread too. You fucking aristocrat.
Hey, oh my god.
A crispy
Yes.
bell race car.
Bell. REACECAR?
Now spell it backwards.
Why are you doing this? I'm concerned that you're trying to get me to say slurs on Twitch.
It's because
the molecules. Because the molecules inside my head are crashing together in fantastic ways. I see colors
Did
like
you take
sound.
acid before the stream, or?
No.
Crispy, he's like this. Acid was never involved.
You're right. That's the
Didn't
scary
I tell
part.
you?
He's sober.
Didn't I tell you that I'm dogging life? I don't do drugs. I don't drink beer. I don't smoke.
You face this shit sober?
Yes. I stare at the abyss and say, "Come on, motherfucker!"
Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Van.
Wow.
I look at the abyss and say, "Yes, Daddy, give me more."
Why?
Jesus.
I don't.
And the abyss says, "What happened to the restraining order?"
Okay,
I'm
so
with the abyss on this one.
I am definitely going to need to do some more research to do Poke properly. I do like what I got there by the end, but I've sort of shorted out my feelings on this project at the moment. So we are just going to shitpost. Somebody, name an instrument.
Kazoo.
Okay, a reasonable instrument.
2 kazoos.
What's that wumbly wumbly one? The one with the wheel that you turn?
Trombone?
Oh, the shit.
The scrumbly?
A scrumbly bumbly boy.
I know what you're talking about. Not the didgeridoo, it's
I know what you're talking about. It's a scrumbly
hurdy-gurdy.
bumbly boy.
Hurdy-gurdy, yeah.
Yeah, scrumbly bumbly boys, the hurdy-gurdy.
So I have a C for hurdy-gurdy.
My favorite cryptid is the scrumbly bumbly boy.
Oh, I'm actually surprised they have it.
Well, this is a synthesizer I got for it. Unfortunately, it's hard to find an actual sampler of it. So this is going to be something trying to sound like a hurdy-gurdy, not an actual hurdy-gurdy itself.
You don't just have one of those on hand?
No, it turns out that Renaissance-era instruments are kind of expensive.
Oh, wow. Who could have foreseen?
You said sampler, and now I'm hungry.
Oh, dude. Yesterday, I'm pretty sure it was the donut shop down the street, but I smelled fried food, and all I wanted was mozzarella sticks. I was so mad. It's like, god damn it. I just want mozzarella sticks right now.
I mean, you got a toaster oven, don't you?
I don't have mozzarella sticks, is the problem.
You go to a store and get some mozzarella sticks and just microwave, or not
Andy,
microwave.
I was at work. I'm not just gonna. I can't just leave work and go to the store and get mozzarella sticks and just come back and be like, yeah, boss, it's Friday's up real.
You know what? One day you need to walk into your boss's office and just look him dead in the eye and say, "I want mozzarella sticks." And
I'm gonna walk to my boss's office and look him dead in the eye and a plate of mozzarella sticks.
I'm sure there's like a few bosses that would just look at you and say, "Okay."
Oh, dude, theremin. I want a theremin. I'm with Dave on this one. I want a
So at the last music festival that we did at the school, there was a theremin set up, and my boss, because he likes plugging things into things, as most sound engineers do, for my amusement, plugged it into somebody's full guitar pedal monstrosity,
Ooh.
and then sent it through to a distortion amp. So distortion theremin.
Oh,
It was fucking awesome.
That sounds rad.
Same said boss played distortion tuba. That was pretty
Distortion Tuba is my favorite band name.
Yeah, and I want you to imagine, the most prim and proper gentleman, an effete sort of erudite professor of professors. Very genteel and the like. And then he has this tuba and this big fucking amp and a microphone attached to the tuba, and it's just making some monstrous-ass noise.
I love it. It's like when you see Joy Division play, it just looks like three dudes that a bunch of dudes that just got off their shift at, the office, and they're just playing, Disorder going hard with it. Or Transmission. That's actually that might be my favorite Joy Division song. But if you like post punk, you'll like Joy Division.
Okay, I do know.
Joy Division.
Yeah. You might know most of them better as the band that they reformed after their lead singer passed
I'm
away.
gonna be honest with you, Crispy. I was trying to think of what would Joy Division be as a mathematical formula. Divide by joy.
Anyway, they became New Order, which if you aren't familiar with New Order, look up Blue Monday.
I can't divide by joy because every time I do, it comes out as sadness.
Tell me how
Oh,
do I
boy.
feel? Tell me now how do I feel?
This is my wife. She's a bad bitch, and just slaps her on the ass.
Killing joke. I do love how that one riff of theirs, which they ripped that from the Damned, that ended up being a certain riff that people might recognize if they listen. Come As You Are by Nirvana. It's pretty sweet though. So I get why people use that riff. It's weird. I know all this music stuff because I listen to this One Fun podcast, but it's just interesting, like hearing the history about like all this shit, like the punk movement and stuff. I thought that thing said Sardaukar on it for a second.
No, Sakura. It's a
Okay,
variation of
that makes a lot more sense.
It's a variation of Toxic Biohazard that's built more towards anime music.
Now I just want one of those called Sardaukar, and it's just like all different noises like that throat Mongolian chant they were doing. That got turned to hamburger, cheeseburger, Big Mac.
If you want to make it better, add a little bit of Gregorian chants in the background.
Yeah,
Whoa.
those samplers are fucking expensive.
I bet they are.
We're talking about $300 for the bass line.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, that shit gets expensive.
A comic about a clergy of Gregorian chanters that go out in the city at night, and when they see crime, they get on top of the buildings and they just start chanting.
Dude, imagine that. Imagine that you're like some kind of thief and you're like trying to mug somebody, and all of a sudden a bunch of monks in robes step out of the shadows chanting in Gregorian
No, they're
chant.
on top of the buildings. They know where the acoustics is,
Yeah,
man.
like they're all up there. There's like an entire like they just come out of the woodwork like pigeons, and you would run. Like that would weird me the fuck out. Which just goes to show, freak him out is always a valid strategy.
I mean, that's what Batman does.
Yeah, you just gotta fuck with it. You just freak him out.
I don't know, at some point, like, sometimes they even cover it, where it's like, oh, it's Batman, he's not gonna kill me.
Dude, imagine
To
if
be
like,
honest, when he's holding you by your foot, you're probably not thinking that. He's like, oh, shit!
imagine if SEAL Team 6 went in to get Bin Laden dressed as Batman. Like, they all dressed up as Batman.
Quit getting in my head!
I saw a video where, like, these guys were making a video, and suddenly you hear a bunch of explosions, the room fills with smoke, and this giant dude in SWAT gear and his shield just walks into the room, and he's like, what you fuckers doing? What you fuckers? It's like, and it happened so fast, it almost was like a Batman.
So they got swatted, probably. That or there were those dumb criminals that decide to post their ill-gotten gains from their crimes on social media and then wonder what.
Oh, that's
like the
that's
next
worse
day.
than the guys that like ordered pizza but called 911 or something.
Wait, like they accidentally called 911?
Yeah, and they were like 911. It was like, oh shit, and they hung up. And guess what happens when you hung up after calling 911?
What? They
They
sent
sent
someone.
dispatch. They sent dispatch to go check on you.
Well, I pocket dialed them once, and like I hung up
Okay,
as it was calling them, but then they called me back.
So story time.
Well, yeah, they did.
Story time, if you guys don't mind.
Go for it.
There was a time in college where one of our friends accidentally butt dialed 911, right?
Yeah.
When do you think this happened?
At the shooting range?
No, this happened while we were playing D&D.
Oh.
And all the cops heard was us discussing the kind of weaponry that we would need for the raid. Talking about how those bastards were gonna get it. It's a very IRA style talk because of the game we were playing. And they show up and they start, checking people. They realize it's a bunch of dumb college students, but they pat Steve down. And then they realize, like, okay, it's an all marvelous misunderstanding. But there was that brief moment where we thought we were in trouble, and I could tell that, I'll just call him Bob right now, that Bob was ready to jump out a window, and we were up on, like, the 4th floor of these dorms, because they thought that he was, or he thought that they were there for the weed.
Oh.
And he was,
I was just about to say,
he was tweaking hard.
Dude, I know that feel. I just gotta say, just be glad you weren't playing something like Shadowrun and you weren't discussing like how to make a drug deal or something in game. Like that, it could have been so much worse of a game, or like World of Darkness or some shit.
Yeah.
Or Delta Green too. That would be fun. Just, oh god, that's pretty funny.
We're gonna do something fun here.
Wow, wow, wow.
My store manager for the grocery store I worked at a while ago, she had to leave, and she came back. She would come and visit us every once in a while. We asked her where she was working at. She was like, "Oh, I'm doing dispatch," and I was like, "Oh." I didn't say anything, but I was like, "Oh."
That's a rough gig.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, between like doing dispatch or being the manager of a grocery store in a hick town, I'd probably choose the grocery store in a hick town.
Yeah, because I feel like being dispatch, you're going to get more like PTSD than anything. And unless like some crazy shit happens one day at the store.
Well, we had to call the police. The police had to show up every once in a while, but that was because somebody was stealing. Like, I remember one time,
Police.
an old lady and her daughter were being escorted out, and the old lady was crying, saying, "Please don't be mean to me! Please don't be mean to me!" Nobody was saying anything or being mean to her. She was just being escorted out of the store.
Probably the first time in her life she was ever arrested, I would wager. I was just here for a meal, a succulent Chinese meal.
You know how tempted I am to say the other line.
Yeah, well,
As in a lady's voice.
This is Democracy Manifest.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah, definitely not the other one. We can't say that like, oh god, that's so dumb. That's like the tamest shit too. Twitch needs to like slow their roll, I feel like.
I've seen some things happen in grocery store. Hold on a minute.
I fully sure that there's been some cursed shit that has happened in grocery stores. In fact, I'm sure I could talk to my friend Halion about that, because he's got plenty of horrible stories, such as the Great Fall of '98.
One day, one of the Freon tanks, like, just started leaking horrendously, and the store was, like, getting cloudy. So everybody had to leave, and the fire department there, and they're, like, saying, like, everybody's got to get out. And we still had people coming in and be like, can I go in? Like, no, it's like, quarantine because of Freon. He's like, I'll only be a minute.
Oh my god.
If I weren't trying to be a good, like, you know, a good person, I'd be like, you know, sometimes
that's just like
sometimes the utilitarian in me comes out and is like, hey, you know, we gotta thin out the herd somehow.
Oh god.
Well, we do live in a country where people need labels to tell them that coffee is hot.
I mean, the whole story as to how that happened, kind of.
Apparently, that coffee was like insanely hot. Like,
yeah, no, they didn't turn down the heat of the coffee either. They just put the label. Just that way, they're just like, well, it was the customer's fault because they spilled it. You know,
yeah,
like that lady got 3rd-degree burns.
Oh.
Yeah.
McDonald's coffee is absurdly hot, so it's like.
Well, okay then. If that's the case,
that's my understanding of it. There's definitely stupid people with stuff like that. You're not wrong.
Well, it's moments like that that have taught me, like learning about that. It's moments like that that have taught me, like, hey man, just you don't know what's going on. There's always like a hidden part of the story that you don't know about. You know?
Yeah,
and sometimes, what is it called? The headline is short enough to where it's there to kind of goad you into believing in things.
Honestly, that's something I've just tried to be more mindful of as I've gotten older. You know, just trying to be more mindful of things like that.
Yeah.
Just kind of taking a step back for a second, because I'm really bad at that just because of how I am as a person. It's just kind of.
Well,
I guess you could call it a flaw or something, but
we like quick solutions. You know, we like quick solutions.
Yes, and you know, it's not really. I'm not trying to make an excuse to it. Just like having anxiety and stuff, that definitely can affect that sort of, you know, response to things, and not always in like the best way. And just, you know, just try to be mindful of that. You know, in situations where it's easy to just kind of like assume thing or just for someone, but you know, just trying to do better with that, which, you know, I feel like everyone probably struggles with that at one point or another.
That's fair. Hey, Terra German.
I think I need to go get a new box fan.
I'm digging this electric Transylvania vibe.
Yeah. Ooh.
Transylvania with like neon lights all over the place.
Yeah.
I know the next thing to add.
I want to punk your blood!
God, that would be such a good opener for like some kind of like
Wolfman on guitar! Frankenstein on the drums, and me, Dracula, lead singer.
I'm just describing the Misfits at this point.
And the Invisible Man on Tangerine. What, like, Storm?
On
what's
Tangerine.
like the most like what the tambourine like? What's an instrument that like nobody like ever considers like in bands and all that? Like a lot of bands have it, but there's. You know, it's like oh, we forgot that. Yeah, like the triangle or something. The Invisible Man on triangle. It's like, oh, we forget he's a part of the band.
Yep.
Or like the most silent instrument.
If we're not being silly about it, then I would say, Probably the clarinet or the oboe.
Maybe.
Well, okay, you'll hear the clarinet and the oboe until the brass start. Dave Zero has a good point. Keyboardists are often overlooked because they're doing all the backfill.
Yeah. I'll stick with keyboardist.
Unless it's Rush.
Well, yeah, but Rush is a different story altogether.
Yeah.
I had an idea for a bard who was bad at playing music, but he could summon aspects of great musicians from other realms, and like he had these like one-word names for him. One was like, I summon forth the flame, and it would be the spirit of Jimi Hendrix. Or I summoned forth the Kid, and it was, I forgot what it is, but it's that one guy that was known as the Kid that would play like really good guitar riffs.
Kid Rock. No, I'm kidding. I summoned the Blue Man Group.
And he'd probably just say, I'd summon the blue.
Well, if you summon in the blues, it's like God. Who's a famous blues musician? Miles Davis. Is Miles Davis blues?
He was experimental, and that includes.
Okay, makes sense.
He was a trumpeter, I remember.
I summoned Nick Cave.
That's right. The reason I know anything about Miles Davis is one of my mentors, like, Miles Davis is his dude.
Nick Cave's Murder Ballad. I summoned the. Okay, Miles was a jazz musician. That I'm afraid I'm not up to my jazz musicians, unfortunately.
Andy, you played Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time, yeah?
No.
Oh,
I'm thinking of getting it, but I don't know when I'm ever going to have. I'm working part-time at a Dollar General, so I don't know when I'm ever going to actually have spending money.
Yeah.
I'm actually considering, like, after mid-September to just stop paying my car insurance and go without a car for like a year.
Oof, that's rough, man.
I mean, I can get by, but I can't get ahead.
Yeah.
So, those of you in the audience who know Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, I want you to just think of, like, a boss scene. Like, the introduction of something horrifying.
I mean, I could definitely see this in Ocarina of Time. I've not played it, but I'm familiar. Or like Castlevania.
My first console was an Atari. I can't tell you the specs of it. If someone said it, I might remember it, but it was like a Texas Instruments Atari. Mm-hmm. Then my uncle, who was in the Navy at the time, he bought us a Nintendo system, and we had that for a good long while.
Let's see.
And let's see. I don't remember when, but we got a PlayStation eventually. But I think maybe between them at some point we had. I think before that, we usually got PCs because I had an uncle who was in chemistry, and his hobby was building PCs, and he would just like he pretty much would build PCs as a hobby, and then send them to like various family members. And I had my own PC that I would game on. And I remember I was playing Final Fantasy VII on it, and when it came to all the weapons waking up, the computer would freeze and said it ran a RAM. So I had to go buy another chip of 64 megabytes of RAM, or no, 32? I can't quite remember which one, but basically I had to go get a RAM update and shove it in there.
Wow.
And we had a Sega. I think it was a Sega before the PlayStation. Then we had the PlayStation. That's when I kind of started getting my own stuff, and it was like a PlayStation 2, then a 3. There was one time where I had everything because, well, I don't want to mention it, but I got a good chunk of income. I had like a Wii, an Xbox 360, a PlayStation 3 at the same time.
Cool.
Yeah.
My first console was we got the original Xbox. I mean, we had played like Nintendo 64 and stuff at our friend's house, but that was.
I
the
had a
first
cousin that
console
had that.
Yeah.
She was the one that had the Nintendo. She had the Nintendo 64, and that was fun to
Yeah.
watch. Well, no, not the
know what-
64. Yeah, Super
Do you know what
Nintendo.
the first game I bought for it was? Mech Assault, and that is the reason I am here, is because of that game.
Sensible.
Lol.
Yeah. Fucking Mech Assault is the shit.
I specifically Battletech because of Mech Warrior 2.
Yeah, makes sense.
And then 4, and I played a lot of 4, and I loved it.
Yeah. I mean, it's what introduced me to the series. I definitely enjoyed, falling into the lore of the whole extended thing, because you didn't really get that with Mech Assault. It's kind of like a non-canon thing, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But it was a fun game to play. Like, I was a 10-year-old kid. It was like the kind of was a good primer for me for BattleTech.
Oh
If
yeah.
you tried to introduce me to tabletop back then, I wouldn't have got into it. I only got into was in like college, and even then, that was like I played War Machine primarily, which, man, I miss Mark II. That game was a lot of fun. I mean, we've talked about playing on Tabletop Simulator.
I miss Mark II.
Yeah, Mark II was a lot of fun. That was I would say that's the high point of the game.
I
And I still have all my. Shut the fuck up.
I know I keep saying I want to do things and start projects, and I never start on them or never finish them. But one thing I'd like to do, I think would be neat to do, is to build 3D models for like Tabletop Simulator.
That'd be pretty cool.
I love miniatures, and it's a shame because the war game tabletop game down here has died off a bit, and like I'd have to drive really far to get any significant place that plays it. And the one that's closest to me, like, I don't mean to be rude, but the people that play there are not my kind of people.
Understandable. For me, it's like the local comic shop where I go to get my paints, my minis. They do BattleTech, and the thing is, though, they don't really have anyone to organize it. And I know people are probably going to be like, "Oh, Krispy should organize it." I don't know, man. I got enough on my plate with shit, and I don't
It's
even
kind of
have like, I don't know. There's times where I just want to like say I'm dealing with a lot, but I definitely have it easier than people, and I don't want to sound like I'm just complaining for the sake of complaining. But I don't know. I just deal with my own shit. Just can like right now with like the burnout and stuff. I don't have like a crazy stressful day job. It's just dull at times or tedious. But it's just like I've been going full bore into drawing and stuff, as most people probably see with all the work I've been posting. But
it's okay.
I'm just kind of hitting a point where I just need to like take a break from it, just because it's just getting to be like exhausting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like I know it sounds weird, but I probably don't jump on streams as much as some of the average people. But I got like 3 days out of the week where I have a stream to get to at the end of the day, and is it 3 or 4 days?
My Stream Chief stream.
I feel you, Rimworth.
Rails, so that's 4 of them.
Yeah, and I don't think I'll be able to get to Rails because they have me scheduled. I don't know. I might be able to get it to the end of it, but it's usually like Thursdays. I don't get off till like 11, and it usually starts at like 10 or so, or 11. I don't know. Now, don't get me wrong. I like it. Like sometimes when I miss a stream, I'm like, oh man, I feel sad.
It's just, you can do anything fun can just become exhausting at a certain point. Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
draw. I love to draw. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this because I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I do. But it's like right now I'm just like it's just you just hit a wall at a certain just like you need to take a step back and just kind of like recharge because it's like any engine or anything, you can run it for a while, but eventually it's gonna like wear out and break down if you don't take good maintenance on it. And it's honestly something I've just kind of had to learn because I'm not good at doing it.
Self-care is everything, ladies.
It is. It is, and I'm bad at it. I'm bad at it for various reasons that, probably are more than I want to get into right now. Trying to get better at it. That's the.
One day I want to ask you to draw like. Do you know what a Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy doll is?
Yeah, I do.
Like the Raggedy Ann or Raggedy Andy version of like a Scarecrow character like mine, and have them just be like sitting there, like on the floor, and you'll have a word bubble coming out, and it'll in the word bubble will just be the absolute unhinged shit I say.
It's very appropriate you say that because the Annabelle doll movies about like the demon
Yes.
doll. Did you know that in real life the quote unquote real Annabelle doll is actually a Raggedy Ann doll?
Yes, I know that, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
god, because I think I had a Raggedy Ann and Andy dolls like growing up.
Fun fact about that doll. Well, two fun facts. First, it has claimed another victim. Recently, it apparently killed somebody. Secondly, the member of the Warren family who owns their estate now apparently makes vodka that he basically just sits next to the doll and it gets its shit, which I my eyes at because and Lorraine Warren were kind of frauds, but that's a whole to get into.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I'm going to admit to it. I'm superstitious, and I don't fucking care what you think.
I won't.
When I say you, I don't mean you as an individual. I mean you overall, pejorative people. Like, yeah, okay.
Really?
I wouldn't call myself superstitious, but I'm pretty stitious.
Look, man, I'm not messing
I'm superstitious of stuff too. Don't get me wrong, but
I'm not.
The people that the Conjuring series is based off of proven to be people that they may have been true believers at one point, but at a certain point it's just more about the money for them.
I would probably say like almost 9 times out of 10, or maybe like 92 times out of 100. It's bullshit and all that, but that little percentage of like, it could be something that is far beyond my comprehension, that like is vastly intelligent and malicious. I'm not gonna mess with that.
I mean that's how I view it. That's honestly how alien and UFO encounter. Oh wow! So apparently a comedian, Matt Rife, bought the Annabelle doll. That's fun.
Yeah, like don't mess with this stuff.
No,
don't mess with it.
I'm fully there with you. Like, I get why people are hesitant to mess with Ouija boards, and it's not even necessarily just because of like, oh, you're a demon.
Well, here's the thing.
How
if
much
it works,
do you trust your own brain? How much do you trust your own brain and your own subconscious? That's kind of where it is, because like people messing with a Ouija board that it can unlock parts of your brain that if you like believe wholeheartedly in what it's telling you.
Yeah, it could supplant something subconscious in you that'll mess you up,
Yeah, exactly. And like there's definitely paranormal stuff. I'm like, there's something to it. I don't want to say it's ghosts. I don't want to, because I honestly, but there's been enough encounters of stuff throughout history where it's like not everyone is lying. And
I mean, like
the amounts of people that have seen him and the amounts of people that are in more credible parts of society It's just that's just how I view it. But my whole thing with it is too is like, while I do believe in this stuff, I also do look at things with a skeptical eye at times, because unfortunately, when it comes to the paranormal stuff, especially, there's a lot of people that are looking to take advantage of that, or are just looking to make money and fame from it, or just whatever, And the people that The Conjuring is based off of, virtually like that, like the Amityville Horror, much a case of that. That's like a supposedly famous case, and while there may have been something there, a lot of that story was just kind of made up by the defense team of the guy who killed his family in that house, and then like a couple that lived there, like essentially took because it was like a deal that they were making. They essentially took the idea, rejected the deal, and took the idea and made the Amityville Horror with the novelist that made the story. And like there's unfortunately a lot of like hucksters, just people just like trying to take advantage of it. And that's the iffy ad, I'm all for the paranormal and studying this shit, but it's got to be done with like
a healthy dose of skepticism.
Take it with a grain of salt, because it's like, like, and unfortunately, the people like that, and like it's like the same as like you get UFO, you have people that just record it and they just come with like the most bonkers UFO stories about like actual encounters that people have seen that sound more credible. They just kind of tack onto the narrative. And unfortunately, just like those are the people that anyone that is like skeptic of whatever it is can just point to and be like, this person obviously is making it up, whatever. And it's an unfortunate thing that's just part of this whole paranormal. And I honestly don't know how you fix that, but
well, and it
also might be a part of. Go ahead, Storm.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, I mean, Andy and I would both know this also from the angle of being religious, and I won't get into the religion stuff, but like, there are hucksters there too. There's academia.
Oh yeah.
There's also people just looking to forward their own agenda with it. Like, there's people that are skeptics of virtually very much or wet blankets that essentially are just trying to cram their narrative. All the stuff is.
You're just a commercial skeptic. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to see that in a movie. You're not a real skeptic. Yeah, you're just in it for the money. Yeah. He's like, wait a minute. I am a skeptic. Oh yeah, walk under that ladder. And he looks around nervously.
God, this sounds like music you would hear in like a 90s RPG. I love it. Or like a point-and-click adventure game.
Tim the Grim, final phase.
I am going to stick your arms and stitch them to your butt.
That sounds like a Tim thing he'd do.
Well, in our Super Florence game, he played that character.
Tim living like Baba Yaga in the woods, making homunculuses out of the wild, like Dr. Moreau, but more Polish.
Well, no.
Hello, small children.
The thing is that Tim didn't let a single enemy go to waste.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds like Tim.
Hello, small children. Would you help me out? My oven needs cleaning very much.
And he had this abomination following him called Francois, which was sewn together from every enemy we ever killed.
Oh my god.
D&D is fun.
It is.
Especially when Techie
role-playing
runs
in general.
Oh yeah.
God.
Oh yeah, the Rail Wizards, remember?
Oh yes, I do love that drawing I did. Rail Wizards was fun.
We sat there for hours making up bullshit lore of the Rail Wizards and the various rails going across the various planes of existence.
And one more little bit just to remind myself of where I was getting with this. I feel like this is going to someone. I don't know who, but I feel like I want this for like generic horror theme for WBPL.
Sounds like a good idea.
And now we need to add some real ratty fucking guitar.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. That's what.
That's what Daddy likes. Oh god. I felt that sneeze coming for like a minute. Ugh.
Okay, so I was finally listening to Charlie Parker that someone mentioned, and he plays what I call like city jazz. Like it's
City
particularly,
jazz?
it's a particular genre of jazz that makes me feel like I'm like in New York in like the 40s or 60s.
Like ragtime.
I wouldn't call it ragtime. Ragtime is more upbeat. This is more like very relaxing. Dave Zero says it's bebop, I guess, but
I was
I always
about
thought
to mention-
bebop was like faster pace, where
It can be.
this city jazz is like almost sleepy. Like I guess I could be. I don't know. I have to look it up.
Curious to know.
Certain.
I like a bit of jazz.
Pounds, 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 pounds. We need to get a bunch of little pants that could fit around our heads along the waistband, and like we get enough starch in them so where they like stick out like hats.
Sounds really uncomfortable to wear, if I'm honest. I don't like the idea of starched pants. I feel like my ass would get itchy. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't starched my pants.
Yeah, Kai Harper, stuff like that. Like that stuff I like to fall asleep to sometimes. Or like have a cup of coffee on a dreary, rainy night.
Oh man, that just reminds me of Twin Peaks' music.
And a guy comes in and he sits next to a lady and he's like, "So what'd you call me in for, dollface?" And she says, "I need you to find my husband. He's been murdered, and I believe it was Dol Callantane. He's untouchable. I know, but he stole something important from my husband, and I need it back." "Why is it so important to you, dame?" "It's for sentimental reasons." And he walks out and he's going down the street. He says, "Every time a dame says it's for sentimental reasons, that sentimental reason usually has a lot of dollar bills next to it. But I need the money."
I want us to make like a noir audio drama, but it just gets increasingly cursed as it goes on. Like it starts off like that, like nonchalant, and then
That's when the children started fusing together to some one weird abomination.
Mario's eyes became hyper-realistic and started to bleed. Just turns into a creepypasta.
We let Stormsong write the last third of the series, and that's where, that's why some of the bad guys have like stone wheels for faces.
Yeah, I'm not drawing that if we do that.
Hey, Krispy, the next snack.
God damn it, Storm!
There was Stonehenge Stooge. When he smiled, his teeth rotated like they were on two separate gears.
Oh my god, I hate the sound of that.
I was thinking the other day, the watch that Dick Tracy had, like, we pretty much have that.
You know what's funny? I've never seen Dick Tracy.
Oh, that's right. I don't. There's so many movies I want to watch with you.
Yeah, no, I know. We have to actually sit down and do that. Once we're done with Escaflowne or something, or just another night where we don't feel like watching it. Although, how many more episodes are left of that anyway?
A few, but no, I don't know. We probably do. I think I want to show you a few at the meetup, like at night when we're done.
I mean, I'd be down for that. Want to have a movie night? I'll bring some shit.
I need to find like at least 3 that I want to show you because I don't think we'll be able to do it every night. Because I'm pretty sure there'll be some nights where like I'm tired, I just want to go to bed or chill out.
Well, as well, we'll probably be doing stuff as well, but that's we'll figure it out. I'm sure we'll have time to watch some movies. I'm just
Dick Tracy
figuring out travel arrangements at the moment.
The Dick Tracy movie, I always thought it was directed by Tim Burton, but I don't think it was, but it felt like it.
From
It's
what
a
I've
very
seen
interesting movie.
It very much feels like it like you know it's funny. It just about it kind of looks like Primus shit.
I mean, if you see
Like
some of the
Tim
bad
Burton.
guys like Prune Face,
Yeah, I think I've seen the pictures of the villains before. It's just like her shit, just like that.
you don't even know how you would do like a modern day Dick Tracy.
Oh man, that's a good question.
To be honest, I don't know much about his character anyway. He was just a good detective with that wristwatch he used every once in a while. That was it. Except he wore a bright yellow trench coat and a hat. He's like the man in the yellow hat, but he's a detective. I gotta go. I left my monkey at home.
I know he's yellow. That much I do know.
What if the man in the yellow hat and Dick Tracy were the same guy? He's like, I gotta go, Toots. I left the monkey at home. He's causing trouble.
Oh.
UNC Samurai says, Warren Beatty was lead actor, director, and producer of that movie. It was a passion project. He went out and personally brought the rights in the 80s.
Well, that's cool.
Neat. Yeah, confession, that's what I was talking about. It was like, there's this scene where they tie him up and they leave a bomb with them and they're running out, and one of the guys like, 30 seconds, no more dick. 30 seconds, no more dick. And I was playing around as a kid saying that, and my dad said, don't say that! And I didn't understand why.
I discovered the Dead Man Switch mod soon. And I'm afraid I'm going to fall into a rabbit hole.
Okay, we're gonna label this properly because this is definitely fitting. So for those of you at home, and I've gone over this before, but this is worth learning, is when you do projects of any kind, my partner and I, we tend to save them by year, month, day first, and then the title of the project. Because it makes going back and finding them much easier. As things are kept in actual year order and not, say, alphabetical order. Then version.
Yeah, thank you for introducing me to Charlie Parker, because that's pretty much the music I think of, like, in a city.
Yeah.
It does have that sort of like big city vibe to it.
And someone linked one that was very fast. I'm like, that's like a car chase, or showing like how busy a city is, you know?
I mean, I think I'm like Cowboy Bebop soundtrack, honestly.
It does have some of that.
There's some of the songs, yeah. There's definitely, but there's some tracks where it's
It
very
it has a lot of what I call Johnny Quest music.
a little bit. It's like more fast-paced jazz,
I would call it like adventure jazz.
adventure jazz. I dig it.
God, now I want to listen to Tank.
It is a good song.
It is a good song. I link it on Facebook every once in a while. A bunch of the older women come on there and says, "I remember this kind of music."
Huh. Yeah, Whacker comes on.
Da, 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 da. But yeah, Tank sounds like Johnny Quest music to me. Like,
I can see it.
I would love to have the intro of Johnny Quest playing with Tank playing in the background and seeing how many people like get it.
Yeah. All right.
I'm sure that.
Wow. Okay, well, unfortunately, we are closing up on our time, and I don't think I can add anything else
We are,
without
yes.
getting dived back in. So, thank you all for coming. Beck and
Yes,
Wrath,
thank
Mr.
you very
Nocock,
much.
Cookie Mama, etc. Dave Zero, all of you. We
Yes,
love
thank
you
you,
all,
everyone,
and we
for
thank you
joining
for
us.
your time being here today. I have been Krispy, joined by Stormsong and Andy, and we just want you to all stay safe, be good to each other, don't explode, and remember that cookies are delicious. And Cookie Mama,
They are.
who will be streaming up soon, will deliver you a delicious stream. So,
She will. Good night, everybody.
You all have a good night. Stay safe, don't explode, and bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Yeet!